guys, it's Kat and I am back today for my Pan That Palette update for July. So I just did my check-in for my project pan, so if you wanted to watch that, I'll have it linked in the description box. But now we're talking about palettes. I have seen some progress and I have seen some bad progress, but that's how it goes with panning palettes. Like, it is a long haul, it is dedication. Let's start with the products that I don't have much progress. This is the Mercier Fall in Love Face Illuminator collection. Now, you can see the lid has fallen off. It's actually quite handy just using it like this. I've been mainly focusing on these shades as per usual. I often combine them, so swirl my brush in one and then in the other, and that is what I'm wearing today. Look at this beautiful glow. It's those two top highlighters. I've not touched the bottom two, still trying to pan the top two. Now, look, I feel like it's one of those things that as soon as the pan breaks through, it's going to like disappear. The product's going to go pretty fast, but I don't know how close I am to hitting pan on that. But one thing that has made it a bit easier to focus on that now is that I've made some good progress on this guy. So there's two things you might notice about this palette, and I will give a comparison on the screen from last month. Firstly, the highlighter is now completely gone. I had to repress that in the center of the pan because it was sort of just around the edge and hard to get. Now that's completely gone. So I've got no other highlighters but this palette in this project. So that's the only thing I'm going to focus on. I have also hit a tiny bit of pan on my blush. Now, I have been going blush crazy in the last month trying to hit pan on this because it was just, I could tell that it was nearly there. So I was like, let's do some 80s blush. Let's go over the top with the blush. And now that I've hit pan on that, I'm happy. I will still use it occasionally, but I'm shifting my attention to this smaller one. I did start shifting it originally to this pink shade. I don't think it suits me very well, but also I was like, look, this has taken me 6 months to use up. I don't want to wear this shade for 6 months to hit pan on it. So I've shifted my attention to this one here, which is a similar peachy shade, but it's more shimmery. So this just has more of a glow to it. And one thing I have noticed about it as well is I feel like it's less pigmented. I don't know if that's actually true, but that's just how I feel. I'm not too sure if you can see from there, but this one is the one that I've hit pan on, and it's darker, so it does look bolder on the face. And this one is lighter and it catches the light a little bit more, so it's got a little bit of luminosity to it. And because it is lighter, I can actually go in with a heavier hand. So I have some faith that I'll be able to hit pan on this one a lot faster than it took to hit pan on that one. Once I've hit pan on these two shades, I think I'm going to be quite happy with the progress that I've made. And I'm just going to keep using it until the end of the year and then get rid of the palette because I don't love it anymore and I don't need it. So yeah, the top two are my main focus. And then if I want something a little bit more pink, I can sort of mix with these bottom two, but there's no way I can hit pan on all three in the next 6 months. It's not going to happen. All right, for eyeshadows, look, I still have these mini pans and I don't even know why I'm showing progress because I'm really not seeing much. I do feel like with these Tarte palettes, this is the Tarteist To Go palette. I feel like I will hit some pan by the end of the year, but I feel like it's slow going. I feel like I'm going to hit pan on this sort of gold champagne shade first and maybe the brown shimmer because that's a gorgeous shade and I love wearing this shade. It's really, really beautiful. But I feel like I still got a long way to hit pan and I don't use this every day. I've actually really been enjoying using my Pro palette, mainly the original Pro palette. It just works really well in my winter looks that I'm currently going for. So I have been delving into this for like a highlighter or the shimmery brown, but I don't predominantly use this. So yeah, I'll have a comparison on the screen from last month, but if you can see a difference, then I am very impressed because I don't think I'll be able to. Also, the same goes with this little MAC trio. Again, I have occasionally used it. I quite like using the dark purple shade with looks that I'm sort of similar to what I'm doing today. But there is no dent. There is no visible progress. All right, let's get on to the big palettes. So the Lorac Pro 1 and 2. Now the Pro 2, there is really not much visible progress on. I did mark last month the few shades that I want to focus on to use up, and that's the goal, but I haven't I haven't really been using them. I've maybe used them like once or twice, nothing crazy. So this palette, I'll have a comparison photo on the screen. If you can see some progress on this, that's amazing. I think if I see any progress, it might be on Nectar. Maybe the pan's getting a little bit bigger, and also Cool Grey. Sometimes I use in my brows. So it's a really good brow color. But beyond that, there's like pans might be getting slightly bigger, but I'm not actually making any new pans. The Lorac one is the thing I've been mainly using. And again, I've been using this in conjunction with like the champagne or the bronze shade in the Tarte palette. Or today I'm actually using it in conjunction with the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow. I recently bought this and I sort of justified buying it. Like, it's pretty and it's nice, and it's a nice tone. It's nice and shimmery. Beautiful. I like it. But I mainly sort of justified buying this. I wanted to try the formula, but also I thought, look, I'm really liking the tones of this at the moment, but I need something to give it a little bit more oomph to make it interesting. And I feel like this sort of pairs well with it. So that's an example of how I've been using this palette. That's how I'm using it today. But this is the thing that's got most progress on it in the past month. So in the last month, I've hit pan on 2 shades. The first one is Taupe, which is that sort of matte cork brown shade, and then also Champagne. Now, I did explain that last month I like to use Champagne mixed with other shades to lighten them, because I did find that on its own it's quite chunky and quite flaky, and I totally stand by that. I don't like using it on its own, but it's really nice mixed with gold, it's really nice mixed with pewter, and it's quite nice mixed with garnet as well. So those are the 2 shades that, yeah, I focused on. I feel like next month, if I'm going to hit pan on anything, it will be light pink. I don't like this shade. It looks really sort of chalky on me, but I have been mixing it with Taupe to sort of lighten Taupe a little bit, and that sort of is the only way I think I can use it up. Sable is also a dark brown that I feel like if I keep using, I might be able to hit pan on it. I have used that in the outer corner and on the lower lash line. Sometimes I use it in my brows, so I'll continue to try to use that. And then also Espresso, it's very, very flaky and very soft. So whenever I do tap my brush in it, it kicks up a lot of product and sort of flakes off. So I feel like I'm going to hit pan on that without trying too hard, just because the formula is very messy and flaky and you lose quite a lot of it. So I do feel like I'll eventually hit a wall with this palette where I'm just sick of using it. But right now the tones are really great for this time of year. So I'm going to make hay while the sun shines and just try to use this as much as possible. So yeah, I've been doing a good job with this one. All right, so that's my Pan That Palette update for July. And again, this is sort of where I'm seeing the progress, but at least I'm seeing progress somewhere. So that's great. If you're doing a Pan That Palette, let me know what palette you're panning and how you're going with it. They take a long time. It is a lot of work, but best of luck with it. And if you want to see my project pan and how I went with my other products, that was my last video that went up, so I'll link it in the description box. So hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.